Hello everyone. So the next topic which we will be discussing is about, do plants breathe? So this is a question that, do plants breathe? So the answer to this question is yes. Plants also breathe. Not exactly like the humans, but they also breathe. The process of photosynthesis, in which they use the carbon dioxide, and that will result carbon dioxide, sunlight and water, that will result in the production of the sugar and the oxygen. So this is a process in which the plants, they breathe, they respire actually. So this is a basic concept, that do plants breathe. So next we will be studying that how the process of this takes place. Now, starting with the introduction, first we will understand what is respiration. So, as we are questioning that, do plants breathe? So, first comes the point is the respiration, which is a chemical chain that enables all the living entities which synthesize energy that is required to sustain. So, there are biochemical processes wherein the air, they moves from the external environment and the tissues and the cells of the species. So there is a movement between the external environment. The respiration, basically in respiration there is an inhalation of the oxygen, exhalation of the carbon dioxide gas which takes place. So as an entity acquires energy through the oxidizing nutrients, and hence there is a liberating waste which is referred to as the metabolic processes. Now, do plants breathe? The answer to this question is yes. Like animals and humans, the plants also breathe, but not in the same way that the animals and plants do. Animals and humans do. So the plants, they do not require the oxygen to breathe. So they the in the process of photosynthesis as well, you have seen that they do not need the oxygen for the respiration process. They need the carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. They respire and they give the byproducts as sugar and the oxygen. So unlike humans and animals, plants do not possess any specialized structures for exchange of gases. So they have a stomata which is found on the leaves and the lenticles that are found in the stems. That is, their major role is to perform the function of the gaseous exchange. So the leaves, stem, plants, roots, they respire at low pace to compare to humans and animals. So they respire at a very low pace as we can compare it with the humans and the animals. Now, breathing is different from respiration. So breathing is a different concept from respiration. For example, if we take the example of breathe, then the animals and humans, they breathe, which is a step that is involved in the respiration. So plant humans and animals, they breathe, but the plants, they take part in the respiration all through their life. So all through their life they perform the respiration function, and the plants needs the energy to survive. So plants, they breathe differently through a process known as cellular respiration. So this is a process which is known as cellular respiration. So in the process of cellular respiration, the plants, what happens is, the plants, they generate the glucose molecules, as we have discussed that the in photosynthesis, basically what is the byproduct, that is the sugar and the oxygen. So glucose is only that. So the plants, they generate the glucose molecules through photosynthesis. They capture the energy. What happens in the process of photosynthesis, they capture the energy from the sunlight and they convert into glucose. So there is a this is a this is basically how a plant shows its breathing process. So all the plants, they respire, they provide energy for their cells to be active or alive. So this is what a process is. Now the process of respiration in plants. So as you can see in this diagram itself, that the plants, they require the oxygen, the plants require the plants require the carbon dioxide, and it will get converted into oxygen. So there are two different processes which takes place at the root level as well as at the stem level. So during the respiration in different plants parts, there is a less exchange of gas which takes place. So each part nourishes and fulfill its own energy requirements. For example, if we talk about leaves here, so leaf, they have stomata present on them, so that the stomata is responsible for the exchange of energy, exchange of gases. So there are tiny pores which is for gaseous exchange. So the oxygen that is consumed via stomata, it is used up by the cells in the leaves, and they disintegrate to glucose and the carbon dioxide. So as it is written here, that it will give the carbon dioxide. Then in case of roots, the process is that there is an underground part of the plant that absorbs the air from the air spaces between the soil particles. So there are some of the soil particles that are present, and here the exchange of or absorption of air through the air gaps takes place. The absorbed oxygen through the roots, it is utilized to liberate the energy that will in future will transport salts and minerals from the soil. So in the root part, the process takes place like this. So respiration, it is a process that occurs all the day, but the photosynthesis process occurs only in the daytime, that is in the presence of sunlight only. So the respiration becomes evident at the night time in the plants. So this is the reason that we often hear from some of the people that they warn that sleeping under a tree during the night time, it may lead to suffocation, because at the night there is a process of respiration which has been taking place, and the trees will release a lot amount of carbon dioxide, so which leads to the suffocation, or excess amount of carbon dioxide will lead to the suffocation at the night time. Then these are stomata. So stomata, what is stomata? Stomata, they are the tiny pores that are present on the leaves, and the function of stomata is it is responsible for the gaseous exchange through the diffusion via stomata. So there are guard cells that regulate each of the stomata. There is exchange of gases with the closing of the stomata and the opening of the stomata between the inferior of the leaves and the atmosphere. So this is a closed stomata and this is a open stomata, and all the like nucleus, all the organelles are mentioned here. For example, there are vacuoles. So plant cells, they have large vacuoles that are present. So they have vacuoles, they have guard cells. The plant cells, they have a cell wall which is the outermost layer. Then they have a chloroplast which helps the plants to prepare its food, and the green color of the plant is because of the chloroplast itself. So these are the diagrammatic representation. Now what we will be talking about is conclusion. So all the green plants, they breathe through the cellular respiration. So the answer to the question is yes, all the green plants, they breathe via the process of the cellular respiration. So in this process, what is happening is the nutrients that are obtained from the soil, they are converted into energy and they are used by different cellular activities. In case of hard and woody stems, respiration or the exchange of gases, it takes place through the lenticles. So in case of the leaves, the gaseous exchange takes place in stomata. In case of the stem, it takes place through the lenticles, and there are very small pores that are scattered all over the bark and are found in all the trees. So it is a continuous process and takes place all through all the lifetime of the plants. So this was all about the respiration and breathing part of the plant. These are some of the references. Thank you.